In this video, we'll be fixing all three classic Resident Evil games on SteamOS and Linux using the Steam Deck. After years of fans requesting, Capcom has finally released the original trilogy on Steam. However, on Linux, these releases come with a variety of issues that prevent them from working properly. So I'll be guiding us step by step on how to fix each game not launching one at a time, so we can enjoy these timeless classics once again. Now with Resident Evil 1, when we launch the game and hit the menu, as soon as we press Game Start, we're asked to register a registry key, and we get a fatal error and then the game closes. Thankfully, we can fix this fairly easily. So let's start by pressing the Steam button and switching to desktop mode. Once we're in desktop mode, we need to open the Discover Store from the taskbar, and in the search field, open our Steam keyboard by pressing the X button and typing Proton. Here we need to download and install two programs, Proton Up Qt and Proton Tricks. Once downloaded, let's go to the bottom left and open our application launcher, and inside all applications, find the letter P and open Proton Up Qt. Once Proton Up Qt loads, we need to choose Add Version and install the latest GE Proton available, which will be automatically selected, and press Install. Wait for the install to finish, and yours will say Unused, which is fine, because when we go to gaming mode later, we'll be able to assign and select this for our games. So next we need to go to the application launcher again and open Proton Tricks this time. And if you get an error message, just press Ignore or Close. And when Proton Tricks loads, we'll see a list of all of our games currently installed on the Steam Deck. So let's choose Resident Evil 1996, press OK, and we need to wait up to about 30 seconds for the next screen to appear. Choose Select the default wine prefix and press OK. And if you see this prompt appear, just press No and OK. And from the wine prefix menu, we need to choose the fifth option from the list of choices available, Run Regedit. So choose this and press OK. And once the registry editor loads, keep this open or minimize, and we want to right click Steam in the bottom right corner and choose Library and find Resident Evil 1. Once located, we want to choose the cog symbol, manage and browse local files, where we'll be taken to the main install directory for the game. Now in here, we need to scroll down and copy a registry file to our desktop. I'm going to choose the RE1 English.reg file, right click and choose copy, go back to the desktop and just copy it here. Now I'm going to go back to the Proton Tricks registry editor, choose registry in the top left corner, import registry file, choose the desktop folder, and straight away we'll see our RE1 registry file. So double click this and we'll get a message telling us that the keys were registered successfully. Now once that's done, let's close out and return to gaming mode. Now back in gaming mode, there's a few more things we need to do. So let's go to Resident Evil 1, choose the cog symbol, Properties, and on the first tab, under our launch options, it's recommended to assign the following launch command exactly as shown. WINEDLLOVERRIDES in capitals equals quotation mark ddraw.dll equals n, b, quotation mark, space, %, command, %. I'll leave all the launch commands in the description in case you want to copy and paste them from desktop mode. So just make sure that that launch command is entered exactly as shown, and then we want to go to the Compatibility tab, choose Force a Compatibility Tool, and assign the latest GE Proton we downloaded earlier. And lastly, go back to the Resident Evil library page, choose your controller, and we want to change from the official layout to a community template. And there will be lots in here to choose from, but I chose this one from a user called Quambas, which gets the controls working as we expect. So just remember to press X to assign the layout. And when we launch the game and press Game Start, we won't get the registry error anymore, but the only thing that stands out immediately is the cutscene videos being smaller than usual. And once a fix is found for this, or if anyone knows how to fix this, please leave a comment and I'll paste the solution in the description. But for the most part, our controls work and the game seems to be running as expected with visuals and sound. Now with Resident Evil 2, let's just try running the game in Steam, and when we land on the launcher, we'll see the option to play as Claire or Leon. And if I choose Leon, we get the registry prompt again, the fatal error message, and we get thrown back to gaming mode. Now the process for getting the game running is the same as Resident Evil 1, but with Resident Evil 2, the game will crash whenever we try to save the game. And we need to perform an extra step to resolve this. So let's press the Steam button, choose Power, and switch to desktop mode. Now once we're in desktop mode, we need to install Proton Up Qt and Proton Tricks. If you haven't installed these already, follow the timestamp in the description for how to do this in my Resident Evil 1 section, and then come back to this part of the video. Now with GE Proton installed and ready, we can just go ahead and open Proton Tricks. And when we open, we need to select Resident Evil 2 1998 from the list and press OK. And here we could be waiting up to 30 seconds for the next screen to appear. But once loaded, let's select the default wine prefix and press OK. And afterwards, choose the fifth choice in the list, Run Regedit. And once the registry editor loads, let's go to Steam in the bottom right hand corner, go to Library, find Resident Evil 2, choose the cog symbol, Manage, and browse local files to be taken to the install location for the game, where we need to choose RE2 English reg file. Right click and copy, and then paste the registry file to our desktop. So make sure you paste the correct registry file to your desktop, and then afterwards let's go back to our Proton Tricks registry editor, choose registry in the top left, import registry file, choose the desktop folder and select your RE2 registry file. And if we did everything correctly, we'll get a success message appear. Now with Regedit still open, we still need to fix the game crashing whenever we try to save. So let's open our file browser, choose the third icon in the top left so your files view is like mine, and on the 3 line symbol over on the right, we need to choose Show Hidden Files. And from the new folders that appear, here we need to select .steam, Steam, Steam Apps, Compact Data. And then we need to select the modified tab twice. And we should see a folder with the number 424910. Let's go inside here, choose PFX and drive C. And inside we need to create a new folder called RE2 Save. Now back in our registry editor, we need to alter one file. And to get there, we need to choose HKey Current User, Software, Capcom, and Steam RE1 2. And on the right hand side, we're going to see an option available for Save Path. Let's double click on this, and inside our value data field, we need to completely erase and replace this with C:\RE2 save. And once that's done, go ahead, press OK, and you should see in the data column, like so, that the save data is set for our C drive. Now once that's all done, we can return to gaming mode. Now back in gaming mode, we want to select the cog symbol for Resident Evil 2, go to Properties and enter the same launch command that we entered for Resident Evil 1 for WINEDLLOVERRIDES. And I've pasted this in the description. And on the compatibility tab, it's recommended to assign GE Proton. Now if we go ahead and press play and choose to start the game as Leon, in my experience, the cutscenes work correctly with sound, and I didn't need to assign any controller configuration template, and the official gamepad layout seemed to work fine. But if you're having any issues with the controller or want to change your layout, then the option to change this is available through the controller template manager. And when we finally get to the first typewriter, we can save the game and the game won't crash. Now with Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, when we try to run the game, we don't get any error messages compared to Resi 1 and 2, but the controls won't be working. But the fix is much simpler. All we need to do is inside gaming mode is go to the cog symbol, choose Properties, and for our launch command, we need to enter the same WINEDLLOVERRIDES command as before, but this time we need to put dinput and a comma before ddraw. And this will allow the gamepad to initialize correctly between Steam input and the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis executable. So when we've entered the launch command exactly as shown, let's go ahead, launch the game, and all being well, our cutscenes and audio will be working as intended, and so will our controls with our gamepad. So now all 3 games should be set up on the Steam versions on the Steam Deck or Linux. Now before we end the video, I just want to say to anyone at Capcom who may be watching, a huge thank you for finally bringing the original Resident Evil trilogy and the Dino Crisis games to Steam. It's great to see these classic titles being preserved and made available again, and hopefully this opens the door for more classic Capcom titles such as Onimusha 3, Chaos Legion, and others to eventually receive PC ports as well. That being said, the current state of these releases on SteamOS and Linux isn't the best, as players and customers shouldn't have to rely on this many workarounds just to get these games in a functional state. There's clearly room for improvement, as these issues feel like the kind of things that could be addressed easily through patches. While it's understandable that Windows is the main priority for PC releases, and SteamOS and Linux may be a lower priority, it still feels like something that could be improved with a small amount of extra attention. It's definitely worth considering, and I think it would be something that a lot of customers would greatly appreciate. So if you found this video helpful and want to see more content like this, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and share this video with others. If you have any questions about the install process, please leave a comment and we can all try to help one another. Until next time, have a wonderful day, look out for one another, and I'll see you later.